Welcome to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast, your guide to future tech trends and innovation in a language you understand. Now, over to your host, Neil Hughes.
Welcome back to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast. Man, what a crazy few weeks. But I must admit, I still get a kick out of speaking with people from all over the world every single day on this podcast. And for me, it makes me realise how despite what all these 24-hour news channels keep telling us, we're all the same, with the same hopes, the same fears and the same dreams. And here in the UK, for example, our news feeds have been bombarded all week with big scary stories of thunder snow that's been coming our way. It made everything sound like the end of the world was coming. But guess what? Nothing happened. There was a few snowflakes, but nothing serious. And this kind of got me thinking about why mainstream media and news feeds want us to live in this constant state of fear. Everything seems to be exaggerated now. You know, a full moon has become a super moon. Snow has become thunder snow. Storms have names, and worst case scenario is reported as fact. I made a decision. I'm going to try and remove all that negativity from my life. There's no point getting down and angry and outraged about things that are outside of my control. But would that mean I'm just burying my head in the sand? Over to you guys listening. How do you deal with this negativity that surrounds our news feeds each day? No rants from me today. I'm just curious about how you deal with it. So remember, pop me an email, techblogwriter@outlook.com, or tweet me at Neil C. Hughes. But enough doom and gloom and random thoughts from your podcast host. Let's get on with today's show. But as a man of a certain age, I think it's easy to feel down about not seeing parents reading their kids bedtime stories anymore. And kids might feel that books are a little bit old-fashioned or even lame in a digital world. And worse still, we can end up with parents and kids just staring into their screens rather than each other, and nobody wants to see that. But what if there was a slightly better way? What if we took a classic book like Alice in Wonderland and gave it a digital twist and used augmented reality to bring that book alive? Now we're talking, right? That is what today's guest has done. So buckle up and hold on tight so I can beam your ears all the way to Ukraine so we can speak with the guys from Live Animations. So a massive warm welcome to the show. Can you tell the listeners a little about who you are and what you do?
Okay, thank you for all of you guys. My name is Tim and I'm Chief Marketing Officer at Live Animations company. And we are developing augmented reality for kids, for family brands.
Excellent. Now, when I was researching you guys, I quickly learned that Live Animations is an international IT company specialising in the development of innovative products with augmented reality for children, which is incredibly cool. And you've already released 4 world-famous children's books. So just to set the scene, can you tell the listeners a little about this and just help them visualise the kind of thing that you're creating?
Oh, yes, of course. Actually, we released 4 well-known children's books, but I would like to mention that the first book with augmented reality that we created was Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. It was released in December 2017, and in 2 weeks, we sold over 250,000 copies. Actually, for us, it was an astonishing success, and after such a success, we began to work on the creation of world-famous fairy tales like Little Red Riding Hood, 3 Little Pigs, The Velvet Rabbit, and The Princess Goldilocks. We made these 4 books by the order of Little Hippo Publishing House, which asked us to animate existing fairy tales. And the fact is that the publishing house needed some advantage, actually, because there are many fairy tales, and these tales have been republished too many times. So augmented reality has become the key element that allowed us to breathe life into these fairy tales. And our team accepted this challenge and started working on these projects with pleasure. By the way, have you seen our books with augmented reality?
I haven't. I was just going to say that Alice in Wonderland sounds like the perfect first book because there's so many visual aspects of that I could imagine that you would be amazing to bring that book to life. I mean, can you tell me how that book works and how it would look? I'm really interested in how you brought that book to life.
Okay, yeah, it's really a very interesting question. Thank you for it. just few words about visualization of augmented reality, because although augmented reality technology is complex and innovative in its creation, but it is very simple for the users. So for launching augmented reality, you just need to download the free application for Google Play, from Google Play and from Apple Store to your mobile device. And after opening the application, it turns on the camera, and when you point the phone or some tablet at page in the book, the magic happens. So the characters from the book become alive, they talk about the situation they take part in, and everything is connected with the plot of the book. So with the application, you can take photos, you can record videos, also you can share them on social networks. Just imagine, really, you are sitting at the table and, for example, Little Red Riding Hood sits on your hand. This is very cool effect. So after launching projects, we observed dozens, even hundreds of thousands photos in social networks. So it was cool experience for us to create such innovative book with augmented reality, and it's really very easy to use by customers and by readers.
And what I love about what you've done here is how you fuse the traditional world of storytelling for children with technology to create something unique for a digital age. I mean, was that always your intention from the very beginning? And can you tell me a little bit more about your personal story behind live animations?
Okay, let me just tell you some words about our company. Okay, Live Animation, we are a young company, but we are a very fast-growing IT company, actually. Our story began in 2014 when the company's founder, Andrei Timoshenko, came up with the brilliant idea to create unique, innovative product with augmented reality for children. It was from the beginning, actually. We decided to choose this sphere of our business, only kids, only products for families, for children with augmented reality, and we start working on this product literally from scratch. We had absolutely no experience in the IT sphere. We had no money and we had no employees in the team, so it was difficult for us. However, our conviction that we can manage absolutely everything have borne fruit. In August of that year, our company created and launched a product that has no analogs in the world, Live Notebooks. And the first mobile application, Live Photo, using the technology of augmented reality. We created notebooks with AR, giving the children real magic. Our product became widely known and quickly gained popularity. Moreover, in September, actually, one of the largest paper and stationery companies, Hughes, offers a partnership for us. So on September 26, Hughes released the first 100,000 live notebooks, which were sold out in 2 days. So it was our first great success. After the market successfully received our notebooks with augmented reality, the next year we developed a new application for coloring with augmented reality. And the year after, we developed some application for ice cream manufacture. And again, a year later, it was 2017, we launched a project with a brand of confectionery for a huge company from Russia one. And after 4 years of working with augmented reality, our products are presented in 51 countries. We launched 25 or maybe 26 projects even, and have more than 12 million application downloads with an average rate of 4.5 in both markets. I'm talking about Google Play and Apple Store. And today, we have 3 offices in the United States, in Germany, and of course in Ukraine, where the main technique department is placed. But from the first day of the existence of our company, we realized that we want to work on the child and family target audience. The point is that only children can so sincerely, so frankly, enjoy the things that we create. When we see fire in their eyes, when we see how they react, it is the feeling that gives us the motivation, inspiration to move and create more and more new products with augmented reality. Therefore, from the first day, we understood our thrust and clearly knew what we want to do and who we want to do this for. So as for storytelling, for example, we didn't come to it immediately. At the beginning, we had notebooks, as I said, colorings. We tried ourselves in different areas. But then in 2017, we started working on the book animations. And to be honest, at first even we didn't really believe that the project would be super successful. We didn't really believed in books because we never worked in the publishing business. And really, you can imagine our surprise when the very first book, Alice in Wonderland, was so successful that more than 360,000 copies were sold in a month. And then really second part of it, Alice Through the Looking Glasses, was also sold in 350,000 copies. So it's more than 7,000 books were sold in just 2 months. It was the moment when we realized that the combination of augmented reality and books has incredible success and incredible experience for customers, for companies, and for ourselves.
It's a fantastic story, it really is. And I've often thought that the success of any technology is going to be determined by that mainstream adoption. And I think a few years ago, Pokemon Go made mainstream adoption incredibly easy because the average family had no interest or any idea what augmented reality was. But you put Pokemon Go in front of them and straight away they got it and they understood it. So, but for anyone listening that's interested in how augmented reality or AR could actually help them and their business, can you maybe talk a little bit about how AR can help improve their product?
Yeah, augmented reality is the technology that could help almost any product. But, of course, we have some questions that should be answered before any company will decide to use such innovative technology. But before I will answer your question, I have to mention that our company is engaged in children's and family audience.
Yeah.
So today's augmented reality really is an innovative marketing tool. This is not actually just technology. It's a marketing tool that helps to create an emotional connection between a brand or some product and the end user. That means not just rise in a consumer's loyalty. It is the creation of a certain degree of love for some character. It's one case when the hero character is placed on the package. Yes, it's cool, but still it's in 2D. It's 2D image. But on the other side, it's a totally different case when a character or some hero becomes a true friend for a child with the help of augmented reality. A child can contact him, watch the story about him, know his friends, understand his traits of character. Kid can help him at any things, at any questions he's facing with. And when the child is in a close contact with your brand, with this character, then his love, the love of the kid, increases a lot. And next time, seeing several goods on the shelf, he will definitely choose that product with which he already had some kind of emotional connection, a certain love that we created through augmented reality. Moreover, the technology of augmented reality is applicable not only to those products that have characters. Of course, this effect is higher with the character, with the hero of the brand, but for those products they don't have it, we can also apply the augmented reality. More importantly, that due to its interactivity, the ability to add some games or educational content for its customer, augmented reality acts as a booster of any product, and I would say a connector between the brand and the buyer. So it's not only creating the emotional connection, but some other connection that could be much bigger than just emotional one. We have already spoken about the emotional, but here is the connection that augmented reality helps. I will try to rephrase it. Augmented reality helps to see a useful product in a brand. The brand becomes more necessary for customers. So I think that it's the main idea, the main goal of augmented reality, just to create something useful for customers. And if such goal could be reached, then implementation of augmented reality could be successful for the company, because then they will receive a lot of, I would say, profit from this project. So if you are looking for creating augmented reality for any brand, for any company, the first question that you have to ask yourself is, what is your goal? What are you looking to get from implementation of augmented reality? And if you can clearly understand what you're looking for from using augmented reality, then you need to find some company, you have to find some stuff, I don't know, to create this augmented reality. But before this question is created, it's for our listeners, you don't need to move forward. Just ask yourself what you want, and only then you should find somebody who can help you with realization of such project.
So when you're doing this and you're going through this process, are there any particular guidelines that you believe that should be adhered to when you use AR, and what you should do and what you shouldn't do, and how, especially when working with AR? Is there any strict process that you follow there?
First actually step of our negotiations with any companies, we have a questionnaire where we listed a lot of questions that are very important for ourselves, with the use of which we will be able to create something really important, something really useful for our potential clients. So it's around 15 questions. For example, what is your market share? What the goals do you have? Or, for example, do you have any character? Did you do some market activities through your market? Maybe do you have any competitors on your market, and please send us the links for them. Because, the creation of augmented reality for our company, it's not just the work. We have to put some soul inside of our results, inside of our programs, inside of some applications. And, of course, we have to do augmented reality experience as profitable for our companies as it at least can be. So we are gathering the whole information about the product that we get from our potential client. We are trying to understand which advantages this product have and what are the disadvantages. We are analyzing competitors, and only then we are starting our work on creating the idea for this company. So it's a long process, actually. It's 5-6 times brainstorm session where our team, the best of the best actually of our team, are sitting and are creating some ideas. We are combining, we are comparing, we are trying to understand which ideas will be more useful for them, and how to sometimes even how to save money of our clients, because if we understand from the beginning that the idea will be very expensive for them, and we can say them that their profit will be so huge, we start thinking about this idea. So it's about our company. It's a little bit difficult to say what the process on our clients when they decide to do it, and what they are looking for, or what they're thinking about when they decide to use augmented reality. But I would say that the trend of innovative technologies, the trends of marketing tools that more and more marketologists are using in their work. So all these things, some fairs maybe, they can increase, they are increasing actually. Some business trends or some consultings that are looking for marketing tools in businesses, they are promoting actual augmented reality. They're developing some advertising with the use of it. And I think that such trend nowadays, it helps promote augmented reality for these companies.
So I'm curious, how much does it cost to create or add AR into a product? Is it as expensive as you people listening might imagine, or is it not that expensive?
Really, if we are talking about augmented reality, it depends on many factors. So the duration and the number of animation, the number and complexity of the characters, the complexity of scripts, the number or the will we use some games inside of this augmented reality experience or not. The cost of creating augmented reality is the same as answering how much it costs to create an online game. So you can get the price from 10,000 to a billion, and it can be true. But of course, most of our clients are asking us, and we have to answer. In our experience, creating a project that works in augmented reality will cost you from $40,000. This is an application that is published on the Apple Store and Google Play with its personalized design and with the content of 5 or maybe 6 animations in augmented reality. Possibly, of course, can be some gaming component. So let's just say this is the minimum working draft for a brand, and there are no boundaries above. The working project will cost from 40,000 and higher, because we have a lot of different projects, and there is no limit. They are limitless. It depends on the imagination of our team and the team of our clients.
Now, your story has probably inspired quite a few business leaders listening to our conversation today all over the world. So how can enterprise businesses use augmented reality, in your opinion, and why should they do it?
It is definitely difficult to answer this question because every business leader has its own goals. Yeah. Someone wants to make market share, someone wants to become a leader, someone wants to just keep up with the leader, and for each of these tasks, augmented reality can act as a very effective marketing tool. So let me give an example. We have recently finished work on a project for a huge confectionery manufacturer, which is in the top of 40 confectionery manufacturers in the world. The problem for this client was that one of their brands simply didn't develop for more than 3 years. A lot of money was invested in advertising and promotion, but the end users didn't know anything about this brand. The aim of the project was to promote the children's brand, to make it recognizable, and that the children love this character with all their hearts. Augmented reality allowed to reveal the character of this hero, helped to explain who he is, where he is from, what he does, what he likes and dislikes, and in the form of a service, we tell of the service of cartoons in augmented reality, we tell the whole story about him, starting with how he flew to our planet, with who he fought, who helped him, and how he defeated the main villain. And what happened after that? So for the series of 20 cartoons, we were able to fully reveal the character. And we made a friend from this character for kids, and we made from this character an assistant for parents. And here is an example of how augmented reality allowed us to revive a brand and make it close to children and parents. And one more interesting thing, that this brand had some feature, more than 40 SKU inside of this brand. So more than 40 different types of products were on the shelves in the stores. And the task was to make these products united by some idea that the person, after buying one product, would buy several more, and then the person would completely switch into the consumption of products of this particular company. In order to this, we made a game, the bonuses in which were given only after scanning various products of this brand line up on the purchase. Thus, the child looked at the cartoon, started to play the game, and in order to receive certain bonuses, he needed to buy several sweets, biscuits, or cookies of this brand. So it was really full project, marketing actually project to revive the brand from nothing and make this brand more familiar for kids. And actually, we did it. We created this application. We did it. We did augmented reality experience for this character, revive him. And nowadays, sorry, I can't tell you the name of this company, but nowadays the sales increased rapidly, really, and we are very happy about this. Also, it's the same thing about them. This company, about this client, our client. So we reached our goal, we did what we did, and everybody is happy about this project. So it's only just one example how you can use augmented reality for your company. And as you understood, again, the first thing was the task. What should we do? What the goal is actually.
And I'm curious as well, in your experience with AR, I mean, does augmented reality tech make it easier to increase customer engagement with your products? Is that something that you've experienced with your series of books and the work that you're doing? Has it increased customer engagement?
And augmented reality was created to increase interaction with the product, and it performs this role more than effectively. And more of 90 of our projects just can show it and explain that it's absolutely true. Augmented reality, it was created to increase interaction, really.
So in the industry at the moment, are there any latest AR or even VR trends in marketing that you can share with us, and also any future plans that you might have with live animations as a result of those new trends?
Wow, thank you for this question. It's an interesting one. Among the trends, I would like to point out that first augmented reality was created only for the wow effect, just for the wow effect in order to highlight the product in the market. And it certainly gave the results. But now the wow effect is not enough. The new trend is that augmented reality becomes smarter, more complex, and should give not just a cool wow effect, way of wonder effect, but should provide some kind of educational or game content to become a useful and exciting element for the user. The modern buyers, they are no longer interested in just looking at augmented reality. Therefore, augmented reality should become more and more useful for them. According to the plans of live animation in connection with these trends, we will try to go to the educational and gaming sector. This will be one of the directions of development of our company. We will create augmented reality for children. I think we will help them to study everything that is possible at all, from simply fairy tales to the alphabet, multiplication tables, or more complex educational laws and some century. Therefore, each parent will only welcome this, and the manufacturer is interested in using this innovative marketing tool. It has the future, and really, for us, we know this for sure. In addition to the educational sector, we are now developing some game with geolocation in augmented reality. We are also working on creating the first project in the world where we will combine video mapping and augmented reality. I'm not sure that I can tell you this, but I did. And there are a few more projects that I also can't talk about because of non-disclosure agreement. But I'm sure that when they enter the market and we declare them, you will be pleasantly surprised, really.
Well, before I do let you go, can I just ask that you remind everyone listening of where they can find you guys online, and also maybe contact a member of your team if they've got any further questions after listening to our conversation today?
Oh, yes. You can find us on our website at liveanimations.org. Also, we are presented on YouTube, on Instagram. There you can find us like Live Animations our Live Animations Corp, and in Facebook too. So just print Live Animations and you will find us. It will be much easier.
Excellent. Well, one of the things I love about what you're doing is I do see a lot of parents and children actually replacing the old-fashioned books with screens such as iPads and phones. But what I love about what you're doing here is you're keeping the old way alive by fusing the traditional world of storytelling for children, but with technology to create something different and unique and more suitable for a digital age. And I think that is a beautiful thing, especially when I heard your story about bringing Alice in Wonderland to life. Just for one example, it's great, it really is. So a big thank you for coming on and sharing that story with me today.
Okay, thank you a lot. Yes, it's very important for us to combine augmented reality and books, even like for Alice in Wonderland, because really we are increasing this time that parents and their kids are spending together reading the book, and it's very important for us. It's something that can motivate us to do it more and more, and to increase the amount of our products all over the world, because as for us, the augmented reality can do it, and we have to do it.
What a great story, if you excuse the pun. I mean, I love how Live Animations has released 4 world-famous children's books, such as Little Hippo, Little Red Riding Hood, 3 Little Pigs, Velvet Rabbit, and The 3 Bears, to name but a few, and brought them to life with this digital twist of augmented reality. And the figures actually speak for themselves, with the fact that the books have already appeared on the shelves of 3,650 Walmart stores in the US alone. And the first edition was 250,000 copies. And a few months ago, in June, Live Animations and Little Hippo received the Parents' Choice Award, awarded by the non-profit Parents' Choice Foundation, to celebrate the best products for children of all ages. And that is one of the most prestigious awards in children's products. So today's conversation really opened up my eyes of how augmented reality can help your product as a business, but also when you should use AR, what type of projects can AR help with, and when not to use it, but also how to increase engagement with AR too. But over to you kids. I mean, are you curious about what you heard today? Yes, it's that time where I ask you to email me at techblogwriter@outlook.com, tweet me at Neil C. Hughes, or pop by my website, techblogwriter.co.uk/podcasts, and you can find out more about today's guest and links to all the right places and find out more details. And remember, if you are thinking of launching your own podcast, I can help at podcastingmadesimple.info and take care of all the editing and the tech things and get you up and running. But if you want to go it alone, remember you can use the code TBW on Libsyn. Whew, I've worn myself out there. So that's it for today's episode, but I will return again tomorrow. So I'll see you all then, but thanks for listening, and until next time, don't be a stranger.
Thanks for listening to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast. Until next time, remember, technology is best when it brings people together.